Hi everyone, this is Father John, and I wanted to try something a little bit different this week. I wanted to talk about the second letter, which is from St. Paul, and this one is the letter to the Ephesians. And what happens is St. Paul reveals everything. He reveals God's great plan from the beginning, and that's what we hear. And what his revelation is that obviously God has this wonderful plan for each and every one of us, that we were known before time began. In the very beginning, God created each and every one of us, and that he predestined many of us to be in Christ, that we would know and love Christ. And that's why we're here. That's why you're watching this video. This being in relation with in Christ, the very fact that we're baptized and that we receive the Eucharist, that was prepared, if you will, by God from the very beginning. And that's something that we obviously forget a lot, or we take for granted, that this very thing was planned by God, that he had this in mind in the beginning. And it's something we should be incredibly grateful for. Sometimes we think that we did it and it's ours or something like that. It's like, no, everything is a gift from God, and he has given this to us. He has brought us into the church, and he is the one nourishing us with his flesh and blood. And St. Paul is talking about, isn't this wonderful? Isn't this great? Everything's happened and Jesus has come, and now we're just awaiting him to come back. And he also talks about why we were created. And this is also in St. Ignatius of Loyola's principle and foundation. We find in the beginning statement, man was created to praise, reverence, and serve the Lord, and thus to save his soul. And I bet St. Ignatius got it from here. I don't know, I'm not an expert, but in love, he destined us for adoption to himself through Jesus Christ, in accord with the favor of his will, for the praise of the glory of his grace that he granted us in his beloved. Okay, so we're created for the praise of the glory of his grace. We're created to worship God. And so when we're coming to Mass this weekend, I really hope that we realize that we're doing what we were created to do. Okay, being Catholic and going to Mass is not an add-on. It's not just a hobby or anything like that. That's what we were created to do. Man is fully alive when he is praising God. Man is fully alive when he is in relationship with Jesus Christ. Man is fully alive when he prays. That's what we were created for, and only when we do that are we really going to find peace, joy, and happiness. So when we're putting all that off to the side, it's like, yeah, I'm going to go to confession sometime next year. Or maybe I'll come back to the church, sometime, whenever it is convenient to me. Just realize that we're really letting ourselves fall apart. We're not doing what we're made to do. And this was something that was predestined for us. This is something that had happened, that was planned out in the very beginning. So this weekend, as we approach the table of the Lord and we receive Jesus, and Jesus dwells in us, which is a gift from him, let us remember what we were made for. We were made for heaven. And on this side, here on earth, we're meant to praise and glorify God, to be who we were fully meant to be, so that one day we may see him in heaven face to face.